Boy, yes. Oh, there we go. All right. Sujin encountered this system of equations, but Sujin has decimophobia. Anybody have decimophobia?
Yes.
Fear of decimals. Fractionophobia and decimophobia, right? That's okay. Sammy tells her she has nothing to fear. He says, all you need to do is multiply each equation by 10 to transform. Okay, is Sammy correct? Let's see. Timesing by 10. What happens when you times 3.5 by 10? Oh, 35. Times this by 10. What would it be? Let's see. 35x plus 12y equals 8 times 10. 4.7 times 10. 0.3 times 10. 10.3. Okay. Does that look better? Kind of. Still some big ugly numbers, but at least they're not decimals. So one trick when you have equations like this is you figure out the power of 10 that'll make all the decimals disappear. It'll match the number of decimals that are behind the decimal point. So 1 decimal behind the decimal point times by 10. What if you had 2 decimals behind?
Done by 100.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So Sujin attempts Sammy's method. Here's her work. Uh-oh. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it. Something's wrong there. What's wrong there?
No decimals?
No decimals, but we did it. And does
she?
She forgot. A common mistake is people are so focused on these decimals they forget the whole numbers. But we can do this transformation as long as, Kenya, every single thing you do the same thing to. Remember, this is an equation, so these things equal each other as they are right now. If we're going to change something, you need to change it all the way across the whole thing to keep the same value and keep the equality. Okay, explain the mistake. Sue, Jan.
Finish the sentence.
What?
How does this guy finish the sentence?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Keep going, Jerry.
Because if you're like
Decimals.
decimals like periods, how does he finish the sentence? Like how do you write down a sentence because it ends in a period?
Oh, because he has decimal phobia? Maybe he does a different color pen or something. I don't know.
Maybe he does
Just
like a
writes the word stop at the end. Okay.
ending.
Sujin didn't times all the way through by 10. Sujin only did some of the pieces by 10, but if we're going to do this, you got to do them all. All right. Flip the page. All right. Talk the talk. We're not going to do all of these. Let's see. Let's look at A and D because we can do A and D similar to the new method I just showed you so you have a better understanding. Let's not worry about fractions and decimals. We'll focus on this. So I'm on 380 now. Okay? A. If we want to use this new method, we want to get either the x or the y by itself. Of these two equations, do you see a variable that would be easy to get by itself?
2 or x. X.
I see why.
Why?
If you just throw 2x, then y's by itself already.
Okay, let's go with this one. They are seeing that that y is very close to being by itself. So I'm going to take the bottom equation off to the side. Brody, I took it too far to the side. What do I have to do to get that x over on the other side?
You gotta.
It's a positive, so to cancel it out on this side.
Minus, subtract it.
Awesome! Because that wasn't something you were doing right a couple days ago, so you got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have a +2, I want to add a -2. You're not alone. That's why I asked this question. A lot of people are still figuring out how to get things moved back and forth. +2, -2, cancel it on out. Y equals -2x, shove the 4 over a little bit. There we go. In our new method, we're only going to get one equation with y by itself, because I can see up here, if I tried to do that with the other one, I have this 7, and it's going to make things be a fraction, okay? But now, I worked with the bottom equation for the first rearrange. Now I'm going to use the top equation. Bring it on down. So this was the bottom. Christopher, do you got this written down? Good. On your paper?
No, he doesn't have bottom down.
Okay. He's getting there. All right, so now we're going to do a substitute. We're going to say, I know what y is. It's this expression. We're going to take this expression and put the whole thing in where y is in this equation. So I'm going to start with an 8x. That's not going to change. -2, that's exactly the same so far. Now, instead of writing y, I'm going to put a parenthesis. And I'm going to put this whole expression in where that parenthesis was. -2x plus 4, close the parenthesis. Equals 7 continues as it was in the top equation. So what I've done is taken this piece from here and replace the y with it, because I just figured out those two things are equal. That's a substitute. If it's equal, I can trade. Now, we're going to need to do a distribute. One thing important when you have a negative in front of the number with the distribute, go plus, minus. Tony, can you tell me what I need to do now to distribute this -2? I've got a -2 in front of my parentheses. How do I distribute that?
Multiply by the 2 numbers.
Okay, what's -2 times -2?
Plus 4x.
I gotta bring this 8x down. 4x plus. Now what do I do?
That's -8.
-2 times 4 is -8 equals 7. Okay? Chris V. This was Memo's question last time. It's your question this time. I've got those two. There's like terms and they're on the same side of the equal sign. What do I do with them? Add them. 8 plus 4 is? Thank you. Sam, I can tell you're feeling lonely over there. I've got 12x plus a -8. I want to move the -8. Try again, it's already negative. It's a -8 right here. Add it. Okay, you want to cancel it out on this side, so if it's already negative, we're going to add a positive. I'm going to say skip C. We'll just keep writing straight down. So I've got 12x on the left equals 7 plus 8 on the right. Oh, man. More fractions. Who do they think we are? We're math students. Here we go. Here's some real math. Divide by 12, divide by 12. X equals This can reduce, but not simplify to a whole number. 3 goes in here 5 times. 3 goes in here 4 times. 5 over 4. We got to find y. The way we found y is go back to the equation where y was by itself. Remember, we did that as a first step. So here we go. Y equals -2 times the x we just found, plus 4. Put the -2 over a 1. Multiplying, you don't need common denominator, but it's helpful if they're both looking like a fraction. So if you have a whole number, put it over 1. Tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. Y equals -10 over 4 plus 4. Whole numbers, or adding, you do need a common denominator, so I put that 4 with a 1 underneath, times by 4 top and bottom. This becomes 4, this becomes 16. -10 plus 16. 6. Y equals 6 over 4. That can reduce to 3 over 2. Here's my ordered pair. X is 5 over 4. Y is 3 over 2. That was way enough math. We're not doing D. We hardly have room for it anyway. Okay? Okay. That is everything that's going to be on our test on Friday. Right now, there won't be one like this. Okay? Keep your calculator to use with your homework packet. Return the books up to the cupboard, please. I want to see you sitting with your homework packet out, and this is a good time for me to walk around and answer questions. Just a minute, let me turn these guys off.
Would you